Hello friends and good morning. It is actually almost lunchtime here. I think it's 11:40 right now. I thought we'd go ahead and get started with the day and kind of bring you guys along for a little bit of a day in the life video. I have a vegan, I don't know if it's gluten-free cake, but it's a vegan dark chocolate cake that looks amazing. So we're gonna give that recipe a try. I think Kylie might help me with it. I also, it's actually using zucchini. So I've got some zucchini to use, and then I've got a bunch of my pothos plants here that I've been propagating, and they've got some large roots now. So I wanna get these potted and planted. And then I've also got a coaster idea, some DIY coasters that I want to make. I'd also like to go to Hobby Lobby and check out their fall decor. We'll see if that happens today. We'll just kind of see where the day takes us. Let's go ahead and get started with our chocolate zucchini cake. And I was excited to try this recipe because it has 5 stars. I found it on Pinterest. You're gonna need 1.5 cups of, I guess, any milk. I used oat milk for this, and then 1 teaspoon of vinegar. Distilled vinegar is probably best. I didn't have any, so I just used a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. It probably doesn't make much difference. 3 cups of oat flour, 2/3 cup cocoa powder, 2 tablespoons of arrowroot powder, and I've already gone ahead and measured out some of these ingredients here, so I'd be ready to add them in. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons baking powder, 1 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and 1.5 cups of unsweetened applesauce. This is where I made a mistake because I added 1 little cup here, which is, I use it usually in place of like 1/4 cup of applesauce. I think it's technically more like 1/3 of a cup, but in any case, I only added 1 of these, which was at most 1/3 of a cup of applesauce, and it was supposed to be 1.5 cups. So you guys will notice later when I talk about it, the cake being slightly dense. It was delicious, but on the dense side. I now know why as I'm rereading the ingredient list, so don't make that mistake. I'll leave a list of everything down below in the description box if you're trying to make this, but you'll also need 1/2 cup of shredded zucchini. Already up to temperature, we'll just go ahead and pop them in. So while our cakes are in the oven now, we're gonna go ahead and create a little DIY planter. I had an idea using 2 Dollar Tree items that I had laying around, one being this plastic bowl, which we're just going to drill a few holes in the bottom of it for drainage, and then the other one being a frisbee from Dollar Tree, and it was such a sturdy, well-made frisbee. I was like, I can definitely use this for something. I think if we paint it white, paint them to kind of match and coordinate each other. I do think you should use a spray paint for this and not a chalk paint or anything like that, because if the chalk paint gets wet, it's going to basically like start to dissolve. So you want to use a spray paint so that it can handle getting water on it, something that could be used basically indoors or outdoors. Even though I'm going to be using this on my bookshelf, I added some soil, potted all of my little pothos plant babies here and got them all in this pot, and we'll see how they do. I know it's not a really deep planter, but hopefully there's enough soil that they will still be able to live in here for like 6 months to a year, and then I can always repot them all in the future to something even larger. But hopefully they'll live for a while in here and be able to kind of grow and cascade down off of our bookshelves here. I think it's going to be so beautiful. Now our cakes are out of the oven and they came so easily out of the pan. So for the frosting, we're making this 2-ingredient chocolate frosting recipe by the same blog. It's their same recipe that they used, and it has 5-star rating from 321 votes. Now it does call for 3/4 cup of coconut cream chilled, and I didn't have exactly coconut cream from the can, so I used this squeeze bottle one, which I don't know if it's maybe not exactly the same thing. and also 1.5 cups of chocolate, which I just used a like an allergy-free chocolate chip, and melted those in the microwave. And basically then you just combine and mix in your coconut cream with that and whip it up until it gets light and fluffy. So I don't know if maybe I didn't whip it long enough, or maybe the coconut cream wasn't quite cold enough. I think perhaps I needed to put the whole thing in the refrigerator and let it sit to chill, because I just had the coconut cream cold, but I didn't actually let those chocolate chips get cold. So it made more of a ganache type frosting on here, which was still very nice, but I do feel like it would have been nicer to have more of a light and fluffy frosting with this. And apparently it could have been achieved if I had actually refrigerated the entire bowl, but that's me not always following the recipe all the way. Sometimes I don't read the whole recipe. Does anyone else do that? Does anyone else not read the whole recipe and just kind of see what your ingredients are that you need, and then just kind of wing it sometimes and just get off doing your own thing? I was like chatting with Kylie, doing, you know, multiple things at once, and just kind of went for it. I saw the ingredients and was like, I know what to do with this. But little did I know that it was recommended to put the whole mixture with the coconut cream and the melted chocolate into the refrigerator and really let the entire thing chill before whipping it up. So that probably had something to do with the fact that the frosting ended up being a little bit more of a thicker, more of like a ganache frosting and less of like a fluffier buttercream type frosting, like the way that it looked in the photo. So I would definitely try this chocolate zucchini cake again now that I know a little bit more, and I see my mistake about the applesauce, because the cake is really delicious. It's just on the dense side, and now I know why. But now I want to go ahead and make some coasters. So I've been wanting to do this for a few weeks now, and I finally got around to ordering the clay that I would need to do it. So this is an oven baked clay. I ordered mine from Michael's. I know you can get some on Amazon, and I believe that Hobby Lobby might also carry it, but I ordered this one from Michael's, and I've got a couple colors here that I'm going to be working with today. So the white and gold, or it's like a yellowy gold, is the one that I'm going to make a daisy flower. I got a set of these cookie cutters on Amazon that have different like flowers and butterfly shapes, and on the daisy flower I actually used the end of a butter knife, which was kind of a little bit tapered and beveled, and I used that to kind of create the lines and just a little bit of design to distinguish the petals a little bit, just so it didn't look so much like a fried egg or something. I wanted it to clearly look like it had petals and look like a daisy. And then I got some pink and some green clay, and I knew that I wanted to do something a little bit tropical, so I was kind of undecided how I wanted to use the pink and green to do something tropical. But I saw this other cookie cutter and decided that somewhat of, I don't know if this is supposed to be a hibiscus flower, but that's kind of what it reminds me of. So I was just thinking of like the tropical hibiscus flowers and thinking that I would try to create one of those. But it also has the edges of the flower, and I wanted to fill it in to be a little bit more of a circle so that it would make a more round, even coaster without the petals just sticking out too far, because I didn't want to make it be something that would be easy for it to snap or break off. So I added in some green. We just kind of rolled a ball and then pressed it out to kind of create and pulled it to a point and basically shaped like a little teardrop. And then I was able to kind of put those teardrop pieces in and press the points into the corners here of the flower and create little leaves. So now our flower is more of a circular shape, but you do get the green there to kind of look like the leaves, and then took a little bit of gold clay. And so I'm glad that I ordered the metallic gold, because I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do with it when I got it. But I think it just, I rolled it out very thin into like this very thin little rope, and then cut little pieces, and also rolled some into a little ball just to be like, is this called the pistil and the stamen? I can't remember, but to make like the little parts in the middle of the flower and just kind of give it like you know, more of a realistic flower look. And really a good thing if you don't have a rolling pin to get your clay really smooth, the best thing I found was actually using one of these cylinder Dollar Tree glass vases. Just be really careful and don't press too hard. Obviously you don't want to like crack the glass or anything, but I didn't press too hard. I just kind of did it gently, and yeah, I feel like it worked out really well. And then we popped these into the oven. I put them on some parchment paper on a baking sheet into a cool oven, set the oven for 275 degrees Fahrenheit, and then I basically, once it got up to temperature, set the timer for 15 minutes. And when the timer goes off, I just shut off the oven, and I pretty much left them in there most of the time until the oven had just cooled off and they were cool to touch. So I decided to go over mine with a little bit of a Mod Podge. I'm going to use the dishwasher safe one, obviously, because if you have a drink and there's any water, liquid, or condensation on the outside of it, you just want that moisture not to be absorbing into the clay. Let me know if you like the daisy or the hibiscus flower better. So it is the next day and I'm ready to go into Hobby Lobby. I didn't make it out last night because I only had like 50 minutes before they closed. So we're gonna go in now today, check it out. I like the colors in this like vase filler. These little candles are just like the cutest thing ever. How adorable. $6.99. So these would be $4.19 with the 40% off. There was also a lot of sunflower decor that was in the spring shop, which was all 60% off, so that could be a great place to get some fall decor and things that you could kind of transition from summer to fall and get them at a really good bargain. Hobby Lobby also has a beautiful selection of fall florals, fall flowers. I love looking at all of the fall floral decor, but I need you guys to comment and let me know, would you rather see more fall DIY decor here on my channel, or would you rather see more fall decorating ideas? And I know that could kind of go hand in hand, but I'm just curious if you'd rather see more of the individual DIY ideas, or if you would rather see more general overall just fall decorating, maybe a fall tree. What are you guys into this year, and what colors are you hoping to decorate with for fall? just stopped in Chipotle to get some lunch. Renee got a burrito bowl. We had a busy morning with eye doctors, allergy testing, variety of things. But decided to get the veggie burrito and she got the veggie bowl, which are so good. We haven't had Chipotle in so long and it's already 3:34 right now. So it's gonna be really good to eat something. You didn't eat yet today at all, did you? I had like a little bit of leftover oatmeal this morning before we left early, but we're gonna eat and probably head home. It was a good little shopping trip. Renee went browsing some other stores. I went in Hobby Lobby and we found stuff. So I'll give you guys a little haul as soon as we get home. Hobby Lobby had 66% off all of the spring shop. These were $9.99, so I think they came out to like $3.40 or something, which I thought was just a great deal because I had some of the water hyacinth ones and like in between where some food had dripped or sauce or something, I saw that it was actually getting a little moldy. So I'm gonna try to clean that, but in the event that I can't really get some of them clean, I will have some new ones. Also, if my sister or my parents come to visit, we've got some extra placemats that we can use. And then I also decided to get this tiered tray, which was also part of the spring shop. And this one was $44.99. So I paid $15.30. I feel like that's amazing. Like I would never be able to buy this for $15, you know? So this was regularly $44.99. I thought that was just, yeah, super good deal. Got this towel, which was $5.99, and I got it for $2.04. So cute, and it feels like it's gonna be really absorbent, so that's always important. I know it's part of their spring decor, but honestly, like I will use this lemon towel for spring, summer, and fall decor. It will fit with the kitchen just fine, so I really liked this one as well. I have a little mister, which I've always thought these were so cute, and I have so many little plants and stuff like on our bookshelves. So this was regularly $9.99, and so I think I got it for $3.40. Last thing is this large planter, which I'm excited about because you guys know I'm always looking for planter ideas and adding more plants around our house. I added that really large bird of paradise, the artificial one, but like this one here, I also do a lot of live and real plants. And then as they, wow, look at this one. It's like super long, growing underneath the plant stand. So I might trim off some of that and then propagate them. And then once they get roots, I will transplant them. So at least I'll have like a nice large planter. This one was regularly like $80 and I got it for $27. So yeah, very excited. I had no plans of buying anything in Hobby Lobby. I simply wanted to go in and see what they had for fall decor for 2023. I had no plans of buying anything, but I didn't know that I was gonna find so many aisles of like really cool stuff that was in their spring collection that was on clearance. So very excited to find some stuff I can use. I'll use this stuff year round. So anyway, thanks so much for being here, spending time with me today or the past 2 days, and I will see you guys soon in a new video. Bye.